So, leave it to the Apothecary Diaries to essentially have a swimsuit episode, the beach episode, without the beach, but still manage to essentially have what would normally be the, fan service episode of a season, yet surprisingly not too fan servicey. If anything, they kept it quite wholesome given the amount of fondling that was on screen. And then use that to lead into a ghost story episode, which is now the second time we've been dealing with ghosts. Which at this point we realize MaoMao ain't afraid of no ghosts. So I'm excited to see what servant or whatever is causing a ruckus in the royal bathhouse. But I truly think MaoMao has some explaining to do, not necessarily to us, but to Jinshi, because if Jinshi ever realizes that this girl went from grabbing his frog and boulders, 3 or 4 times in the previous episode, only for the next day for her to continuously grab thighs and other parts, he's going to be devastated. Like, maybe he can make the argument for himself to save his self-esteem that, she was only embarrassed with him because she really likes him, which is probably true. And because she has no attraction to the female body, this was okay. But you do have to consider, imagine being Jinshi being like, I've been making these moves, I really been trying. And then he overhears yeah, MaoMao has increased her presence in the ladies' bathhouse. And he's like, well, she never used to do that. And he's like, wait a second, she grabbed me, and now she's more interested in ladies? Oh god, I turned her. You never know how the train of thoughts can work. Well, that shit's funny, man. But no, MaoMao has some explaining to do, damn it. She copped not one, but 3 or 4 feels last week, only to them switch teams. Bless MaoMao. I got full live reactions though over on Patreon. If you want to support my work, see my full thoughts on these great episodes. It's going to be over there exclusively. So, we are now in the second cour. That means we got a new opening, a new ending. I enjoyed both of them, but I ain't gonna lie, I think I prefer opening 1 and 2 of Season 2, but that's just me. What was surprising though, is that while nothing necessarily is new about MaoMao's acquaintances, I'm not really sure if I'd say friends, because it's hard to say what MaoMao views as friendship. I don't think I would look at anyone specifically as a friend. Now, I'm sure MaoMao's acquaintances think MaoMao is their friend, but MaoMao's she's a character, right? She's our special gremlin. But at the end of the day, whether it's characters that we've known since season 1 or those that have been introduced in season 2, she's already been interacting with them, but this kind of felt like the first time, and I think based on the ending song with how it keeps the 3 of them together, they're really trying to say the second cour is going to have the trio do a lot more together than we've seen up to this point, rather than just random conversations and maybe random one-off scenes. It feels like we're building them into a more relevant side cast, and that actually has me excited because while them by themselves with MaoMao has been fine, I felt the 3 of them together really elevated it into a completely different territory that has me excited. You can literally sum this episode down to, I need a job. MaoMao, well, I know some whores, but I don't know if you're going to want to work there. Okay, let's go ask you. Oh yeah, you just got to massage some legs. Some royal legs. Okay. Oh, you got razor burns? Here, let me do this new maneuver. Oh, that works. That's literally this episode. And similar to the episode where characters spent 18 of the minutes walking through doors, it was great. And as I like to say with this show, you explain that to a non-Apothecary Diaries fans, they're going to be like, why is that entertaining? Or in this case, they're going to say the only reason it's entertaining is because it's fan servicey. But like I said, it surprisingly wasn't. They were dressed modestly, even in the bath itself, and the only thing we really saw was calves and the underside of the thigh. That's about it. And to be honest, they really made it innocent, all things considered. And you know what? I enjoyed. I thought it was a fun change of pace, and this has always been my favorite thing about this show, is that you watch an episode, and most of the time, 99% of the time, it's oh, it's just it's the daily slice of life of characters. Okay, yeah, that's their day-to-day life. Insert bombshell. Oh, ghost story. Okay. That's what it loves to do. It's okay, here's a majority of an episode, super normal. Boom, big bombshell. Oh, someone got murdered. Someone's being haunted. Blah, blah, blah. And then the next episode's a little more focused on that, so it's a little more intense. And then they do it all over again. Most of an episode, it's just daily adventures. Oh shit, what did you say? You're whose child? Oh, you killed who? It's just, I love that about the formula of the show. It just works. It's such a different feeling show. It's been that way since season 1. But it really has found an even more enjoyable groove with season 2. Not because I think they really changed anything, but because now that we know so much about the characters after watching season 1, we just are appreciating the interpolitical relationships and mysteries form, because we know all the crazy shit in season 1 is still being felt and seen in season 2. There's mysteries in season 1 that we still haven't completely finished. I mean, a character did fake her own death, mind you. It's just like, that's what's so great about this show and why it just feels so well written. And the production has remained really consistent. Like, as someone who binge watched season 1 in anticipation for season 2, it's not only crazy how good season 1 looked start to finish, like there was literally no dips. It's great to feel that, like, they're just keeping it super consistent. There's certain shows that I feel this way about. Like, as an example, Dr. Stone. I love Dr. Stone. From the first season all the way to its last season, its latest season, the show has remained to look like Dr. Stone, and I don't really think it's dipped that much. And very similar to something like the Apothecary Diaries, they found this very unique presentation that's actually highly detailed. Like, I swear to God, some of the background shots are still some of the best I've seen in this medium. And they're just making it stand out. It helps that it's quick turnarounds, all things considered. But, like, hopefully this is just, like, we're going to be saying the same thing when we get to season 5 of this show. That, like, yeah, it's still, if you start season 1 and binge it all the way up to, say, season 5, you're not going to think it switched studios or teams. It just remained consistent. Because you can't say that too often with shows. And with a show looking as good as this one, I hope we can say that all the way to the finish line. Fantastic stuff. At face value, this literally was the beach episode without the beach. Yet surprisingly, it just builds the characters more. It builds the gremlin MaoMao more with her relationships. And as they did, they just said, hey, we're going to casually introduce ghost stories. And I'm not sure why the bath is seemingly haunted. I assume it's a servant up to no good. But we'll see. We're still learning more. We're still feeling the characters up more. Not even just with MaoMao grabbing them, but just understanding their behaviors a bit more. And I thought it was a fan-freaking-tastic time. But those are my feelings. I'd love to know everyone else's. What did you think of the episode? And what's your favorite moment? I would say, personally, the best moment is probably the very last moment where MaoMao grabs she's like, come here. She needs to chill. Same way the music needs to chill. Like, they started the episode off with, like, that Michael Myers Halloween music, and then they ended it just the same. Like, it's spooky. It is. But your thoughts? Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new around here, of course. Ring that bell. And like I mentioned, we got those full live reactions over on Patreon. And hey, while you're over there, I'll also give you a video shout out. Alright, so today we got Sebastian Emil Mueller, F6 Mish, Jackie Hisu, Dapper Dad, Pacifist Gunslinger, and we also have Alan. So I appreciate the support, everyone. Please take care. You all have a good one.